I always wanted good habits. I wanted to read more and journal and work out and eat healthier, but I had horrible habits that didn't align with any of that. Like I would get up, first thing I would do literally is smoke, get high, and then just watch the TV all day, play the game, and scroll on my phone, and do absolutely nothing with my life. And that went on for a very long time. And even though I was sick and tired of doing that stuff, and I would try to make good habits. It's just the good habits never stuck, and I always kept doing the bad habits, falling back into that cycle, beat myself up, and nothing really changed for me until I read Atomic Habits and learned how to create good habits. And obviously, I'm not going to cover everything I learned from that book because that'd be a long video, but I do want to give you one good tip that will help you start making good habits if you're struggling to create good habits. If you have good habits and you're good, you're Gucci, then this video is for you. But if you are struggling to create good habits, this video is for you. But before I dive into that, who am I? My name is Faith, and my goal is to help entrepreneurs, creators, and high achievers reach their goals by teaching you how to take action, stay consistent, and make your goals happen. So how do you create good habits? You make it easy. Like that's it. That's the simplest thing. And it sounds so simple. It sounds like what? You make it easy. But I'm telling you, if you make the habits easy to do, it'll be so easy for you to create good habits. Like for instance, I wanted to get into reading more. If for a long time I would try to read like a chapter a day or just read for 30 minutes a day, but after a week I always fell off. Or I wanted to work out more and I would always do the 100 push-up challenge where I would do 100 push-ups for a month, thinking that would get me to working out more. Or I wanted to write more, and I would spend like hours, literally hours, just sitting down and just writing, getting everything out on paper. But every time I did that stuff, which is hard, which is a lot of effort, I always burnt out. And that might be happening to you. You might be saying, okay, I want to read more, I'm going to read a chapter. Oh, I want to learn a skill, I'm going to practice it for an hour. Oh, I want to meditate, I'm going to do it for 30 minutes. Like, you might have all these things you want to do, and it's saying the bar way too high. And what happens? You always burn out, and nothing happens. You fall back into the old cycle of doing bad habits while thinking of the good habits you want to do, but never staying consistent with it. But imagine if you said, instead of like saying these OD goals, you tell yourself, I'm going to read one page of the book. I'm going to do one push up. Or even, I'll go drive to the gym, walk inside, and then walk out. Or I'll read, or I'll write one word. Or I'll practice a hobby for 5 seconds. Like, that stuff is laughable easy. And if you do that stuff, you're not going to see any progress whatsoever in the habits you're building. No progress. But habits aren't about making progress in the beginning. And that's something I wish people understood. If you want to form good habits, you have to practice showing up for the habits, not showing up and doing the most and showing out and making the most progress. No, that will come, but not until you form the habit of showing up. See, when I said I was going to read one word a day, it was so easy that I just did it. Like, I literally just opened a book and just read one word. I remember one time I was in bed. I was about to doze off. Like, I'm literally halfway between sleep and wakefulness. And I remember I didn't read that word. And in that moment, it would have been so easy for me to say, forget it. I don't want to. I'm so sleepy. I'm bad. I'm in bed. I'm comfortable. But because I told myself only read one word, I was able to get up, open the book, read one word, and then get right back in bed. It was simple. It was easy. It was quick. And it made me feel so much better doing that. And I kept that habit up for a month straight of just reading one word. And guess what? Now I can sit down and read for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, however long I want because I built the habit of showing up to reading. Now reading doesn't feel like effort to me. It's something I do. Same thing for writing. I just wrote one word a day for a month. And now I can write 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, however long I want to write every single day, which I do because it's become easy for me to just show up. Now I can show up and show out. But when it's hard for you to show up, you never want to show up and try to do the most or always aim for the most because you're going to burn out. So if you want to build good habits, first understand what habits you want to build and ask yourself, how can you make it so easy to do that habit, to show up for it? Ask yourself, how can I show up for this habit for 2 minutes or less for a month straight? And if you do that, then ask yourself, how can I improve and stack onto that? And I promise you, if you show up for your habit and do the easiest baby step on it for a month straight, you will be so far ahead of most people who obviously want to create good habits but never do because you build up to the big by starting with the small rather than starting with the big and then crashing down and falling off because you didn't sustain it. You can't sustain it. You feel me? So hopefully that made sense. If you want to build good habits, first know what you want to build and then make it so easy to do that thing. And progress will come eventually once you form the habit of showing up to do that thing. Alright? Now remember, take action, stay consistent, make your goals happen, and I'll see you later.